Ahoy there, gang, what is up? It is Mr. Banku, and we are here for the highlights of Wednesday night's Belgian Grand Prix. Without further ado, I'd like to cross to our commentators, Mr. Bradley White and Mr. Trent Williams. Yep, absolute pleasure to be with you this evening, bringing you this highlights package. Bradley, how are things? Yeah, not too bad, but we'll get to that in a moment. Here we have the initial pace in qualifying from Marc Demand. It was enough for a 1:45.253. Initial pole for the big man. We cross now. Tom R. Pretty also out early, pushing the pace, looking to maybe get an upset, but no, it was a 1:45.820. It was enough for third. And we have a look here. Marc Demand, Sam F1, Tom R. Pretty, and Millie, the only ones setting times, and Banku thought, you know what, it's time. Yeah, he did, and he came out, and I mean, it wasn't a bad time really. I mean, a corner cut there, and he was pushing it as we've come to expect from the Australian. Crosses the line, and it was third place, a 1:45.374. But look at this, Sam F1 and Marc Demand, well and truly in a league of their own. Bradley. Yeah, and Banku third, and I mean, well, he tried to improve, but this is not what you want to see when you come out. Sam F1 throwing down the gauntlet, a 1:44.556. I mean, I don't know, and Banku, he tried his hardest, it has to be said, but he ended up not even improving on his initial time, and that left us with an interesting grid, didn't it? Yep, Sam F1 there and Marc Demand, once again, I'll say it, leagues ahead of the rest. Mr. Banku, Tom R. Pretty, Paul Harris, Adi Baba, Millie, and Aaron. And, I mean, it had all the ingredients for a fantastic race, didn't it, Bradley? Yeah, absolutely. But as we're going to see here, as we cross now to the race itself, Trent, it just wasn't to be with, controversy. Well, I mean, we're going to see really soon. But let's have a look anyway at how it all unfolded here. A short and sweet race for Banku. Let's have a look how it went. Yep, and it was 4 lights, 5 lights, and green. And a run down to La Source. Banku looking to pierce the gap between the Sauber and the McLaren, but thinking better of it, getting on the brakes, and then getting a good run out of La Source. And then this is where we have our first part of controversy. We will let this first lap play out, and then we will come back to the controversy, because there was a great battle between Sam and Banku. Look at Banku down the Camel Straight on the outside, setting himself up here for Lacombe, and really looking to push Sam onto the inside, and it worked here. See, he's all over the place, Sam, and Banku just trying to keep a really tidy line. Sam all over the place, really. Excuse me, Bradley. No, not at all, Trent. I'll take over as we come through here. Just Banku really looking to apply the pressure and almost losing it. And we come on to the run down to Pouon, and Banku thinking about a move, and then at the last second, as we see coming into Pouon, just backs out, and Sam F1 runs wide. Banku seeing his opportunity and just didn't have the pace to get past. But we're going to see here, look at the line that Banku takes. He gives Sam a bit of breathing room and then gets an amazing exit out of this corner as we come into Rome, and Sam runs wide, as does Banku, getting a bit twitchy, and then we come through Liège here, and Banku really did have the run here. And I mean, this is the second part of controversy, but I just don't know. I mean, we're going to go back and look at the contact with Marc Demand through En Rouge, and I just think that it could have been a connection problem for Banku, Trent. Yep, but it didn't stop Banku. Look at this, coming through to take the lead to end the first lap. But we're going to go now and look at this replay of En Rouge. Take a look at the left wing mirror of Banku. Marc Demand clearly behind the wheel of Banku there, and we're going to go back and get a close-up of that. And this is not what everyone saw on their screens, Bradley. No, it's not, but you can see on Banku's screen here, I just think that it must have been a connection issue as we cross now to lap 2, Camel Straight, Sam F1 getting past Banku, and now Banku under some serious pressure from his teammate Paul Harris. Yep, and then, I mean, well, that's going to be the next part of... But look at this, hold on, because we've got Blanchimont and it's Paul Harris making a move around the outside, and then he's got the inside for the bus stop chicane, and this was rough, but, I mean, I have to give it to Paul. He was not taking any prisoners there, was he, Bradley? No, he wasn't, and we're going to see here, this was the end of the race for Banku. I mean, it all just fell to pieces, really. Once again, I really think it is a connection problem because we don't often see this kind of stuff from Banku. And we're going to see here, we're just right on board. Up through All Rouge, Banku, a bit of a corner cut there, but then coming out wide, looking to pass him on the Camel Straight, and then you can see Paul twitching all over the place, and it puts Banku off into the wall, front wing gone. That's the end of the race for Banku. Yep, a real shame, and obviously controversy because one of the Ferraris will be missing Monza, and I mean, the Tifosi are in an uproar, Bradley. Yep, and what do you expect? But that means that we're going to be back here for Singapore, folks. Yes, Italy is being missed by Banku, so we're not going to have any highlights from that race. So from us, it's a very fond farewell, and we'll see you in Singapore.